Today, again, I want to discuss a crucial aspect of governance in Africa: the need for institutions instead of personalities. We need institutions to lead the nations of Africa. In many African countries, the political landscape has been dominated by strong personalities. Often, this is at the expense of robust institutional freedom or framework. This approach, while sometimes provides strong leaders or good leaders, but some leaders tend to become totalitarians. The approach of having strong institutions helps the country grow overall. Depending on personalities, sometimes provide short-term stability. When the strong personality goes, what happens next? So this ultimately undermines the long-term development and prosperity of a country or a nation. So all across Africa, we have witnessed the rise of strong personalities. We have also seen the rise and fall of charismatic leaders who wield immense power, but they have failed to build sustainable institutions that could outlast their tenure. This reliance on personalities creates a cycle of dependency where the fate of the country or the nation becomes intertwined with the fortunes of an individual person or an individual leader. Recently, we saw what happened in Senegal, and Senegal now serves as a powerful reminder of the importance of institutions in fostering democracy and good governance. Despite the attempts of the outgoing president to cling to power and manipulate the electoral process, the strength of the Senegalese institutions prevailed. So, it is time for us to recognize that sustainable progress and development cannot be achieved through the actions of one individual alone. We need to have strong institutions that are grounded in the principles of transparency, accountability, and the rule of law. These institutions serve as the bedrock of democracy by providing checks and balances that prevent the abuse of power and promote the common good of the people. Furthermore, investing in institutions rather than personalities fosters continuity and stability in governance. When leaders come and go, it is the strength of our institutions that ensures that the continuity of policies and the preservation of democratic values are maintained. The stability is essential because it will attract investment all over the world. Somebody from Tanzania will feel comfortable to trade in Kenya, and somebody in Kenya will feel comfortable to trade in Tanzania or Uganda or Congo. So stability is essential because it attracts investment. It will promote economic growth and then, of course, improve the lives of the people. So as you see, when institutions are strong, the lives of the people improves. Empowering institution fosters citizens' participation. And then the moment they participate, they are engaged in the political process. When people have faith in the integrity of institutions, they are more likely to participate in elections. They are more likely to hold their leaders accountable. So leaders become accountable to the institutions. And then the citizens contribute to the democratic process of the country. So basically, the importance of prioritizing institutions over personalities in Africa for governments and leadership, we are actually investing in strong, independent people. Their way we can build a future where democracy flourishes and the rule of law prevails. And the voice of all the citizens is heard, or their voices are heard. So the critical importance of institutions over personalities in driving economic growth and prosperity is key. The focus has often been on charismatic leaders rather than on building strong institutional frameworks. History has shown us time and again that sustainable development and progress can only be achieved through robust institutions that foster an environment conducive to investment and entrepreneurship. When you have totalitarian regimes that a lot of African countries experience, these regimes characterize a centralized control and authoritarian leadership. And these have been detrimental to economic growth in many African nations. Basically, under such regimes, the economy is often tightly controlled by the state. This stifles innovation and entrepreneurship and private investment. So this centralized approach limits the freedom of individuals to pursue economic opportunities and also hampers the development of a vibrant private sector. Why would you start a business whereby an authoritarian leader can come and take it over? So people hold back on investment. Innovation is held back. So when we strengthen institutions, we are committed to openness, transparency, and the rule of law. When institutions are strong and independent, entrepreneurs have the confidence to invest because they know that their property rights will be protected, contracts will be enforced, and business operations will be conducted fairly. Institutions create a conducive environment for economic growth, job creation, and poverty eradication. So strong institutions, as far as I'm concerned, promote accountability and good governance, which are all essential for attracting foreign investment, fostering sustainable development, because investors are more likely to allocate capital to areas where there is transparency, predictability, and respect of the rule of law. So, by strengthening institutions, African nations can tap into the potential of the private sector, and also that will help drive economic growth and development. So an African country can come from a third world or a developing country to a second world country just by building strong institutions. So empowering institutions promotes inclusivity. It involves or includes or promotes participation in the economy, so everybody feels they're part of the economy. When the regulatory framework is clear and consistent, small and medium-sized enterprises, SMEs, which every African country is trying to push, SMEs will thrive, and this will create opportunities for job creation and income generation. So this inclusive growth benefits all segments of the society. And this will contribute to the poverty eradication and social stability. I don't know why African leaders are devoid of such information. It is clear institutions will foster and build the country up. So the importance of institutions in driving economic growth and prosperity cannot be overstated. African nations must prioritize institution building. They must prioritize on creating an environment where entrepreneurs can flourish, an environment where investments can thrive and citizens can prosper. So, by strengthening institutions over personalities, we can unlock the continent's vast potential and build a future of a shared prosperity for all. Thank you.